Please come in. You may place your shoes on this rack situated by the door for that purpose, and please do not feel concerned about walking around sans shoes. My floors are very clean, and I make sure to vacuum and Swiffer them twice every week. May I ask what the contents of those 2 grocery bags you're carrying are? I do not recall requesting that you bring anything over when I agreed to let you pay a visit to my apartment. I'll know soon enough. What a cryptic answer. I am feeling somewhat unsettled by that. But for some reason, since you are the one saying it, I am also amused. Well then, since I assume that those bags do contain items from a grocery store and are not simply being used to carry miscellaneous and unrelated materials, I will escort you firstly to the kitchen rather than taking you past my bedroom door that I conveniently left ajar so that you might catch a glimpse of the undergarments I carefully strewn about. I see. Fine. We can go by the bedroom first. I was only thinking of relieving you of your load sooner. Let me give you the quick tour that was in no way planned meticulously. Follow closely. So, here we have the restroom, and there is the towel that I use to dry off my naked body every evening. As you can see, it is particularly small, but still very lush. So while it does take me some time to complete the task adequately, it is one that is physically enjoyable. Here is my aforementioned bedroom. Oh dear me, it seems I've left the door open. How embarrassing. Notice that I own both casual and formal lingerie, and those ones with the tags still on are of course based on the information about your kinks that you so generously provided to me at the conclusion of our last meeting. Also, yes, those long lace gloves are a part of the ensemble. Now, before you can ask, I know you have a very important question, and I intend to answer it. Yes. Yes, I have condoms in that bedside table drawer. Oh, that wasn't your question? My mistake. You'd simply like to continue the tour. Certainly. Here is the living room. I'm sorry it's rather barren. My main uses for this apartment are for sleeping and bathing. Recreation is not something I would consider a priority, and most of my work can be completed while in the lab at school, so I choose not to invest in the personalization of this space. Well, yes, aside from my houseplants, but those could also be considered a part of my work. And it's not as though I have given them nicknames or memorized each of their idiosyncrasies. That would not only be sentimental, but ridiculous. Oh, if you please, Philip the philodendron doesn't enjoy being breathed on that closely. We should move on. Let's head into the kitchen so that you might be able to put those bags down at last. It's just this way. Why don't I have any pictures on the walls? I find most art both prohibitively expensive and dull in comparison to witnessing the organic beauty of what nature has to offer. Oh, that's not what you meant. My family is not the type to take pictures and share mementos. Even if they were, I personally would not want to be consistently reminded of their existence, as I'm sure they do not wish to be reminded of mine. As for pictures of friends, I once had a picture of a boy I knew from kindergarten who was very special to me. But eventually he moved away, and the picture was lost. I have not since acquired another picture or friend. Please go ahead and place your groceries on the counter here. I'll admit that I most often dine in the cafeteria due to the long hours I spend on campus, so it is true that I have plenty of counter space and not many kitchen supplies. Do I at least have a baking sheet? Yes, I do. It is kept right here under the sink. Shall I help you unpack the ingredients you've purchased? Very well then. I see butter, white and brown sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, baking soda, salt, all-purpose flour, and semi-sweet chocolate chips. Could it be that you plan for the two of us to bake cookies? Oh, I see. What? I'm not nervous at all. As a scientist, I am excellent at chemistry, thus it would follow that I am excellent at baking, though I have never tried it. But I can't imagine it to be very difficult. It simply consists of following directions closely. May I see the recipe so that I can quickly assess the coming procedures? You say we're not using a recipe? I'm fine. I'm just going to look at the back of this bag of chocolate chips then, where I'm sure I saw some helpful instructions. You want me to trust you and quote-unquote feel it out? That is neither how chemistry nor baking works. But if you insist, you are my guest and I should therefore be obliging. Would you like me to preheat the oven, or will these cookies be reaching their state of desired doneness simply through the power of feelings? 350 degrees it is then. You need a large bowl? All right, here you go. No, that isn't something I've used to hold plants. Not recently, anyway. I assure you, it's been perfectly scrubbed clean of any and all soil. Now, what was that term you just used? Cream together? How strange. Why would you not simply say to mix together the butter, white sugar, and brown sugar until smooth? Then I suppose we would add in everything else once the proper texture was achieved. Oh, the baking soda must be dissolved in hot water first before being added in. How much hot water? Some, not too much. That is hardly a proper unit of measurement. I think you should know. My confidence in your baking abilities is not faring well at this point in time. Fine. Allow me to provide you with some, not much, hot water. How is this? Perfect. Oh, well, thank you. Perhaps my chemistry skills are coming in handy after all. You seem to have, creamed together everything except the... Right, where is the... Oh. You put flour on my nose. Is this what they call being booped? Is that how you said it? You just booped my nose with milled, refined, and bleached wheat grains? That's cute. May I also boop your nose, if that isn't too troublesome? Solely for research purposes, of course. Excellent. I will just get some flour on the tip of my finger then, and... How did you execute it? Right. Boop. Oh, it appears that the oven has reached its required temperature for us to proceed to the next step without delay. Shall we get to spooning? Spooning out batter onto the tray for baking, of course. I was certainly not alluding to any other pastime favored by couples. And then once we're done with that, how much time must pass before these cookies are safe to ingest? 10-ish minutes. I suppose that is an acceptable answer. I won't question you anymore. I will, however, pose this question. While those cookies are getting nice and hot, what would you like to do with me in the meantime? An awful lot can be accomplished in 10-ish minutes. So, what is the next step?